What type of struggles, or what I say, like obstacles, because I know everybody is going to have obstacles, especially when you're in that whole entertainment realm,
Mm-hmm.
especially being where we are in LA. Do you have any obstacles that you were able to use your mind editing to overcome, or reach the goals? Just tell us some of the things you know that you had to get over in order to reach some of the things you were trying to reach, whether it was acting, or writing, getting your stuff published, or being a beautiful woman in the
Mm-hmm.
modeling agency, stuff like that.
Um, Things I had to get over.
Well, some of the obstacles that might have been put in your way, or did it just always come easy for you in things that you've achieved?
You know, it 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 pretty much just flowed for me. More of the things that I had to kind of get over was like the little maintenance things, which people can understand, like procrastination,
Okay.
putting things off, and committing to following through with things that I have slated for myself. You know, things like that. Like if I'm going to say I'm going to do something,
Right.
making sure I do it. Um, and just more like things like that, foundational things was more my thing, than the actual going out and being in front of in the camera or the writing. So it's more foundational based for me, which I believe is what creates the ultimate success. You got to have the foundation there.
Right. Yeah. No. I absolutely believe that. The foundation, and so is that something that the mind editing has helped you with also? Just even those basic things.
Yes.
Would you consider like it's still a work in progress?
Oh, always.
Okay. That's what I
Always.
was getting at.
Yeah, it's not like a degree. Once you get it, you can have it forever. It's a moment by moment thing. So as long as you keep creating, keep putting the focus on creating a better life, then it gets easier to do. It's almost like it just becomes normal. So it's
Gotcha.
almost like a flip flop, because we came here for two reasons here on this
On
planet.
Earth, right?
Yeah, for
Okay.
two reasons:
What are those reasons?
to create and to have fun.
Okay.
That is it. We came here to live 90% of our day in alignment and 10% of our day in contrast, just so that we can evolve. But the average person has it flipped. 90% of their day is in contrast, and just a little bit of part of their day is in alignment. And so all it is just knowing that and just changing the numbers. So you wake up every day and you look at your numbers and you say, okay, well, now it's only 30% in contrast. I have 70% of my day in alignment. 50-50 now. Oh my gosh, now 60% of my day is in alignment. Only 40% of my day is in contrast. So you just have to like look at your day from a analytical perspective, and you can see the progress in how you're doing, so that you can soften it up and feel better. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. So it's almost like it's incremental changes, and it's a constant thing that you're constantly working on.
Yeah. But initially it's going to feel like, I have to remember this stuff. But then eventually it's just going to be like the back of your hand. Like it's going to be super easy and simple.
Okay, I get it. Like most things, you gotta just, if you work at something, the things that seem really really hard,
Mm-hmm.
eventually it just starts becoming natural for you. Do you have any exercises that, okay, could you give me that, like, I mean, exercises that you could share
Yeah.
that would help people?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are three ways to get into alignment when you're not in alignment. You don't feel good. The most powerful way is a rampage of appreciation.
A what? A
Rampage of appreciation. The second way is to meditate.
Okay.
And then if all else fails, take a nap.
Okay.
Because what happens is you quiet your mind, you quiet your thoughts. And once you do that, it's easier to grab a good thought, a good feeling thought up out of a nap or a sleep or meditation than it is to keep going throughout your day and attempting to just constantly try to put yourself into a better mood. So yeah, you just have to shut it down your mind because those thoughts are going. It's like trying to stop a car at the bottom of the hill. It just plows you over. It's much easier to stop the car at the top of the hill if you push it and run around real quick than to try to stop it at the bottom. So sometimes if you're into your day and those thoughts have been going, just take a nap at the end of the day. If you just wake up and then grab those positive thoughts, those high frequency thoughts as best you can, and start all over again. Each day we wake up, it's a new moment. There's no such thing as karma. Karma. No, because
you can upset some people with that one.
I'm sure. But if they want the truth, I mean, that's fine. They can keep their thoughts on that, see how it works out for them. Nothing is chasing us or following us to like beat us down and to destroy our lives.
100%. I like this.
No, each day we wake up, you have a new day to start fresh.
That's right. The sun's going to rise tomorrow morning.
And there you go. Nature shows us that, right? When we look outside
chance.
our window, nature shows us how the stability of goodness is there in nature. And the stability of goodness is there in us because we're part of nature. So every time we rest, our thoughts cease. We wake up in the morning. That's our first chance to reach for that high frequency thoughts. And you start your day off on that high frequency disc, and you go as far as you can on it until you crash and burn, of course, because it's one of those things. But then you do those things. You do that rampage of appreciation.
That's
you do meditation.
What is a rampage of appreciation?
So that's when you get in a loop of saying the things you love. Now, the key to that, though, is that you have to feel it. It has to be real because you can't trick yourself. So if you're saying something you love, but it's not real, it actually is counterproductive. So it's all about saying the things you love and touching it. It's all about saying the things you love and checking in with yourself to see if it's accurate. If it's not accurate, you pull back by going general. So when you say the things you love, it's going to be specific.
Say it out loud.
Out loud. And you also can have a partner. Like I do this with my friends all the time. And you can catch yourself when it doesn't feel good to you, if it's not right. And then you just soften your thoughts around it by going general with that subject or going off the subject completely. Yeah, so you get in a loop of that, of the things that you love. That's all.
Rampage of appreciation.
Yeah.
I like that. It is. I do something similar. I think once I wake up and the sun rises, my eyes open. I think of things. I'm intentional about thinking of things that I'm thankful for.
Right.
Like at least 5 things. You know, intentional gratitude. It sounds similar to what you're saying. That's something. You said something earlier. Maybe it was even before the cameras were rolling. But you said there was and I didn't want to forget to ask you about it.
Oh, you don't want to forget to ask me, or you want to remember to
ask you. And I have remembered to ask you because of that lesson.
That was a little mini mind edit for your folks.
At least I got to work on it.
I love it though.
I work on this every day. This is something that I just learned within 45 minutes ago. So, motivation versus inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Is there a difference?
There is a difference.
How so?
So motivation so think about motivation. You go to this, event and there's a speaker and everybody's excited. So they're like, oh, wow, we're so great to be here. And everything is rah, rah, rah. And everybody feels good. Okay. But then what happens is you have to get in the car. You have to go home to your nagging wife, your screaming kids, your job you don't love. And then you can't wait till that person comes back so you can feel better again. Okay. So motivation is that's motivation. Inspiration is planting a seed so that when that person is separate from the source, it still can grow.
Gotcha.
So you don't need that person around for you to feel good. You don't need that particular source, whether it's a person or a thing or whatever that is, to feel better about your life.